Okay, so the first step in the entire IDX process is to actually apply for IDX. So, IDX Broker is the provider that allows you to search for websites on your home, but it goes through your MLS. So, your MLS and IDX Broker have to be they have to talk first. Okay, so the good news is that broker is used to working with a lot of different MLSs, and so they're usually pretty quick. And most of the time, the hang up is not with IDX Broker; it's usually with your MLS. So please make sure that if this is taking more than like a couple hours, that your broker is not holding up the process by signing off on things, and that your real estate board is not holding up the process by signing off on things. Because again, my experience after setting up hundreds of websites is that basically it's always going to be your broker or your board. It's not IDX Broker. So, what you're going to do is I'm going to include a link for you so that you can actually sign up with an IDX Broker account. And it's going to be the link for the person who created your theme, because they're the most the person who's going to be able to help you the most, because they created the theme. So it only makes sense that you kind of go through their link and save $100 in the process. And yeah, everyone wins. All right. So basically, you have two options here. So you have IDX Broker Lite and IDX Broker Platinum. So there's a lot of comparison here that you can see between the two. It just, honestly, it doesn't really mean much when they compare it out like this. I will tell you from experience, the difference between the two is that this one, yes, it's $20 cheaper than the platinum, but the difference between the platinum and the broker that you're going to care about is that the platinum account actually includes very highly targeted polygon search, which means that you can actually do collections of homes on a street or a particular neighborhood or gated community. And that's a pretty powerful feature. The other big benefit is that this one includes Facebook login. All I'm trying to say here is that if someone's searching for homes and they see something they like, they can literally click a button and it'll pull all their contact info in from Facebook, which means it's going to be correct contact information, and then it'll allow them to opt in for leads. So I would definitely recommend doing the platinum, but if you know are just starting out, it's perfectly fine to do the light. But as soon as you can upgrade, it is worth upgrading to the platinum, just so you know. Okay, so go ahead and click the link below, choose a plan, start getting all of your paperwork in order, and it should only take about maybe 24 hours max for all of this stuff to kick in. So I'm going to press pause now, and then I'm actually going to walk you through the end of how to set everything up, just assuming that you've gotten all of this stuff in order. So let's assume that you've gotten all of your paperwork in order and your MLS and your broker and IDX broker are all connected together. Okay, you'll get an email when that process is complete. Okay, so when you're here, you definitely want to make sure that there's a couple of things that are like kind of checked off here. So we're going to want to make sure that global is highlighted in blue, make sure that dynamic is highlighted in blue. And then for the dynamic URL, we're going to make sure that this says yourdomain.com/idx-wrapper/idx. Okay. And I'll go ahead and link that down below just so that you have that, you know, as a sample for you. And then once you're all done, go ahead and click Save Changes. Now, the next step is to go to where it says your account. And when you go to account info, so once you're on account, you're just going to go to and make sure that this is updated correctly. So it should be yourdomain.idxbroker.com. And then you're going to click on use custom domain. You're going to say yes. And then you're just going to do the custom domain as real estate. So it's going to say real estate right here, and it should say .yourdomain.com right here. The next step is to go back to WordPress, and on the left-hand side, you'll see the IDX Broker plugin right here. Remember, we installed this from the very, very beginning, so go ahead and click on it, and then we'll click on Initial Settings. Now, it's going to ask us for an API key, and so to get the API key, all you're going to do is click this little button right here, and then it directs us to this page. So I'm going to use mine, and then I'm going to plug it in right here and then do update schedule. Perfect. Okay, so you're gonna wanna make sure that we can do the schedule every 3 minutes. And then finally, where it says create the global wrapper, we're gonna go to page name, IDX, create. And so now we should have a page that's called IDX. So let's just go ahead and go over to all pages. And it looks like it hasn't created the page for us, but what I'm going to do is where it says IDX integration, I am just going to quick edit this and let's just remove all of that part. So just so that it's the slug says IDX. And then I'm going to remove this part so that the page name and the slug is both IDX. So let's go ahead and update. And then I'm going to edit this page. And we're just going to remove all of the stuff here. So just going to go, let's go to text, select all, and delete. Let's go ahead and update this. Perfect. Okay, so right now I have it where it says like search for homes right here, but it's like one big bar. And I don't want it to look like this. I wanted it to look like this, right? Where it has like the little boxes, and then you can go ahead and search for homes based on these filtered criteria. Okay, so that's how you are going to get the search bar here with using your IDX. Okay, so if you do not want IDX, that's okay. And what you can do is just on the back end of WordPress, we're going to go to appearance. We're going to go to widgets, appearance widgets, and wait for the page to load real quick. But you can actually just go ahead and remove it altogether if you want to, and that's fine. But I do actually recommend having IDX on your website. It'll help improve your search engine capabilities with Google. People can search for homes on your site. You can display collections of homes like horse properties or homes with a pool for under $500,000. That's very, very valuable. A list of upcoming open houses, for instance. Buyers love that stuff. So I do recommend having IDX for that reason. But you see where it says search bar right here? You can actually just throw this in the trash. So if I just go to delete, when I do that, when I go back to my site right now and then I refresh, you'll see that it will be gone. And that's perfectly fine. If you don't want IDX, no problem. That's how you can get rid of it. But for everybody that does want IDX, again, we want our site to have the capability of having all of this down here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to walk you through on how to get this the right way. So first and foremost, when we installed the IDX broker widget, and that is, let's see, the IDX Impress plugin. Okay, so we installed that earlier in the very, very beginning. So now what we're going to do is in the search bar here, we need to find that and drag it on over to the search bar. So IDX Impress Omnibar search is what we're going to be looking for. So I'm going to drag that in. So Omnipress Omnibar search. And then the next step is to do the exact same thing for the primary sidebar. So let's go to Omnibar search. I'm going to drag it right above. And then I am going to delete this one. So we have it in two places. We have it in the sidebar, and then we also have it in the search bar. So we're definitely going to want to uncheck the default styling. And then we want to uncheck default styling here too. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on extra fields and then click on extra fields right here. So let's go ahead and save. And then save one more time. And then you are going to go to a website, and I'm going to link it below. And so look for that below. And this is the website. And you can see here, there's a lot of code. So let me show you where to put that. So first and foremost, we're going to click on raw. So we're just looking at the raw code. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this whole entire string of code. Okay, copy that whole darn thing. Now let's go back to the back end of WordPress, and what I'm next going to do is just go where it says let's see, we're going to go to appearance, and then let's click on customize. I'm just waiting for the site to load real quick. And see where it says additional CSS? We're going to paste that whole entire code right there. All right, so we're going to paste that. And you can see it's already starting to shape up right here. So let's go ahead and publish that. And then let's go back. So now when I refresh the page on my site, I see something that looks like this. And you may see something that looks like this too. So what I recommend is you open up an incognito window in Chrome, and that's super simple. You just when you right click on the Chrome little kind of beach ball thing, you can open up a new incognito window. So when I open up a new incognito window, this is what it looks like. It's so nice. Okay, so it's perfect, exactly what I want. Someone can enter a city, a zip code, an address, a listing, anything that they want right here. And then when they click search, it's going to open up right here, just like that. Okay, so you can see some property addresses here, and then we can click, etc. And if you notice, it's also in the sidebar. So it's awesome. So it's going to be working in the sidebar, and it's also going to be working here as well. So we are almost on our way. We just have one more step to complete this process. So now we just need to alter the way that the homes are being displayed so it looks a little bit cleaner and fits in with our site branded perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link below the showcase code. Okay, I'm going to link that below, and then once you click, you're going to end up on this page. All right, so once you do, we're going to go ahead and click raw, and same exact thing that we did before. We're just going to copy all of it, and then I'm going to go back to WordPress. Let's see here, back to WordPress, and then we're going to go to appearance, customize, and then additional CSS. And then we're going to want to scroll all the way down so we don't overwrite anything that we've already done. So I'm just going to like drop down 2 lines and then paste. Now let's publish it. And now when I right click here and go to open incognito window, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this looks good. I'm going to just go ahead and click search. And now you can see that it's displaying much, much cleaner and much better. It looks more beautiful now. So when I go ahead and click on, let's just say one of these listings here, and you can see that everything is displayed here and it looks okay. But what I'm going to do is teach you a little trick to make it look even better. So I'm just going to go back to IDX Broker, and where it says preferences, actually, we're going to go to designs. I'm sorry, designs, and we're going to go to pages. And basically, we're going to want to make sure that all of the mobile pages, mobile first pages, are being shown first. When you're here, you're just going to click on where it says layout. You can see that all of these down here, you'll just go all the way down the page and edit all of these. But let's see, when I click on edit, we want to make sure that it's showing up in the mobile first format. Okay, so they might do this, IDX Broker might do this for you out of the box, which is amazing because it's a great time saver. But if they don't and the pages look kind of funny, just make sure that whatever it is on mobile first. Okay, so there's like this one and then there's mobile first. So if I go back, I'll show you one more. So if I go to advanced search, I'm going to click edit. And then again, just make sure that it's on the mobile first, and then that's this one. So you would click here and then click activate if it's not already there, okay? So that's how you can make sure that everything looks a little bit cleaner and a little bit better, and it's going to be optimized for mobile as well. So that is it for the IDX. And once you have that done, you should again have a really great page that looks something like this, and it looks really, really good. So I'm super excited for you. Congratulations, and I hope you enjoy your new website. See you later.